What is going on, beautiful people? I hope y'all are having a wonderful day, and if not, then hopefully this announcement will get you just as excited as I am to announce it. So a couple of months ago I told you guys that I had a surprise for you, and well, that surprise is finally here. It's been a long time coming and a very tedious process, but it's finally here. I'm very excited to announce that I am officially launching my business, Perspective Records. Very briefly, I want to talk about where the idea and name for the business came from, what the name means, and what I'm striving to accomplish with this label. So the idea came around a time where I was releasing singles to advertise my music. Up to this point, I had always wanted to be signed to a label, but I didn't quite know what that entailed or how that process worked. So I started doing some research. And in doing that, I was seeing horror story after horror story of different artists being taken advantage of by the labels. On top of that, artists were only being given a certain percentage of what they created, and I didn't like that idea. If I create something, I want to own it entirely, not just a certain percentage. So the appeal of being signed to a label went away. And I thought, well, what's the next best thing? I still want to do music, but I want to own everything. And so the thought popped up. Why not start my own label? So I started doing the research and found out that it's a fairly simple but tedious process. And then another thought popped up. What would I call the label? Now, the word perspective has always been a very interesting word to me. It's another way of saying your point of view, and your point of view is derived from your life experiences in their entirety. Mind you, this is also around a time where the murders of George Floyd, Elijah McClain, and Ahmaud Arbery had happened. And the more I got on social media was the more I was seeing people justify these murders. And although I personally didn't agree that these murders were justified, I understood why people were justifying them. I understood that it was a lack of perspective. See, not everybody has the same experiences throughout life. Not everybody was raised with the same morals and principles, and I think it's very important to understand that. So I took the word perspective, applied that to the idea of a record label, started my business, and the foundations for Perspective Records was laid. Now the real work begins. For me, this is more than just making great music. This is about helping people to gain understanding. It's about bringing people together who might otherwise have no desire to come together. It's about helping people to see things differently than they might think to see them. It's about asking questions that you didn't realize were questions to begin with. I'll expound on that later. I want to help people break free of religious idolatry and set aside selfishness for loving their neighbor. In doing that, I hope people will gain a better understanding of God and have a deeper relationship with Him and His people. You can't change people's hearts without being present and loving, and that's what I'm striving to accomplish with this label. To be present and loving and communicate that through my music to my future fans and anyone else who listens to my music. With that being said, if you would like to listen to some of my music or purchase some of my merchandise, you can go to perspectiverecords.com, where you can click on the music page and it'll redirect you to iTunes, where you can either listen to my music or buy it, or you can click on the shop page where you can buy one of these t-shirts or a couple others like it. I'm very excited for this journey going forward, and I hope that you'll join me in growing while listening to my music and rocking my merch. Love y'all. Peace.